Hey everybody, Joe Dayano here, aka Twisted Gemini, and welcome to this special edition of Twisted Gemini TV. I say special because as you guys can see, I'm a lot more mobile. Say mobile. Mobility is a good thing. Not that I wasn't mobile before, but anyway. It's special because I actually got a tablet to record the show off of, so hopefully the quality of the show is better and you guys can see me a heck of a lot better. Now, I wanted to bring the show to you guys today because I wanted to ask you guys a question that's been all over MMA. Well, two things really. Number one, I wanted to ask you guys, in your opinion, when it comes to mixed martial arts, even though I don't watch the UFC anymore, like I said, I wasn't going to. And if you want to know why, check back in previous videos and you'll see why. I wanted to ask you guys, number one, when it comes to the women of the UFC, do you guys feel like the UFC should add a 145-pound division or 125-pound division? Now, for me, I'm thinking 125 pounds, mainly because when people talk about adding a 45-pound division, they're talking about specifically just so Cyborg could enter the UFC and fight, due to the fact that Cyborg just barely makes women's bantamweight. I mean, she'll drop the weight, but then she'll put it back on quickly. For me, I think women's flyweight is much better because you have women that are in a strawweight that basically have to damn near kill themselves to make weight. For me, I think if they put in 125-pound women's flyweight division, that would be a lot better for women like, say, Beck Rawling, for example, who basically kills herself to make 115 pounds. Check Beck's social media and you'll see, or even ask her directly, the stuff that she has to go through to make strawweight. For me, I think UFC needs to add women's flyweight, like I said, just for the sake of health reasons for those women that, like I said, have to kill themselves to make strawweight. Not just Beck, there are more. I'm just using her as an example. Um, I mean, granted, maybe the UFC could do both, like have a season of The Ultimate Fighter where there's a women's flyweight and whatever 45 would be for women. But, for me, like I said, I think women's flyweight would be better. Like I said, so that way these women that go to strawweight don't have to kill themselves. Whereas someone like Cyborg, she drops 10, 15, whatever pounds she drops, and then she just puts it back on a little bit later, and she has that strength advantage over all of her opponents. Oh, by the way, that's the kitchen there in the background. Just thought I'd let you know. Secondly, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on the stuff that's been brought to light by most recently George St. Pierre, in the fact that he called the UFC's contractual requirements and the contract that he was offered by the UFC the equivalent of slavery, because basically, from things that I've heard, the UFC gets a lot over these guys when they sign contracts for them, um, and a lot of MMA fans that hear this call it the equivalent of slavery also. And I mean, this contract has already cost the UFC a top young fighter in Rory McDonald, and now the possibility of losing a future Hall of Famer in George St. Pierre really does bring things to light in the UFC a lot more. And I'm not saying this because I've always been critical on the UFC and the stuff that they've done, like the the whole Reebok sponsorship and Conor McGregor and Dana White always favoring him and things like that. I'm saying it because it's true. I mean, and once again, I'm going off of things that I've heard. So I'm posing this question to you guys, what you feel. about the UFC contractual situation, and like I said, what women's division do you feel should be added to the UFC next? Hit me up in the comments section below with your answers. I'll comment on everything, anything, good, bad, ugly. And once again, no, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the comments. Ugly comments, I'll comment on also. You take the time, so will I. And also, by the way, for the record, also leave me a comment on how you think this video looks compared to the stuff that I've done in the past, now that I'm on this tablet. Until then, thank you for watching, and as always, wherever you are, city, state, country, be safe, be happy. Until next time, this is Twisted Gemini TV, signing off. Bye-bye.